All right, so what's up with life with my boy Malyk?
What's going on?
So what's up with life, bro? Like, let's talk about life, your perspective of life as is, and just spit out whatever's in your mind, man. Let's talk about it, man.
All right. So basically, life is a game of chess.
Life is a game of chess, yeah.
Personally, I think life sucks. It's not.
Why does it suck?
It sucks because it's not all dreams and fantasies. You know, it's not what you think it could be. It's not like how it is in the movies or on the media,
Right.
social media. It's all just an image.
Right. You know how a lot of people, like, they try their best to be like those influencers they see on social media?
Yep.
That's the quickest way to depression, bro. When you start comparing yourself to others, that's the pit to depression.
Yep.
You know,
gotta focus on you.
you gotta focus on you, because we all have different paths in life, and you know, whatever those people are showing on social media, that's their life, and you have your own life, you know. And you never know what they could be showing on social media. It could be fake.
Yep, everybody's situation is different. Some people put on a persona and an image.
Speak louder a little bit.
Some people put on a persona, an image, you know. Basically, they're not living the lifestyle that they claim to be.
They're not really honest, you know. If you look at a lot of influencers on social media, ask yourself, are they really being authentic? Like, is this really them when you talk to them in person, or they're just trying to put on a persona just so they can attract more views, you know? And that's what a lot of people do nowadays, you know. Those influencers, they just put on a mask, a facade, so that way they can attract more views. But it is what it is, you know. That's business too. But what's your take on that?
In my opinion, I think people want more views on social media so they can make more money and have more clout and get more fame, or try to reach a certain level in life. And a lot of people in today's generation think that they're better than everybody just because of, like,
The clout that they get from social media.
Materialistic things.
Right. And especially women nowadays, you know, like how social media has affected women, that like their ego has been boosted because of the attention that they get. Like a 5 out of 10 girl would be basically getting all this attention, and she would be validated, and you know, her ego has just been boosted. But that's just another topic.
Yeah. I mean, we can go based off of that topic. Like,
Right.
I feel like women in today's day and age, they feed off of males and everybody's energy, like
Right.
attention. Like, the more attention you give them, the more power they'll get, you know.
Yep.
Which is not good. And you need to focus on you. Don't focus on women. Focus on your goals.
There you go.
Do what makes you happy, you know.
boy.
And as far as women, it's up to them to decide if they want you or not. You know, you
Right.
can't really please a woman. It's up to them.
Right, so that's why I always say, bro, like, instead of you spitting games at women, spit games at yourself.
Yeah,
Like, instead of you becoming a simp, like always spitting these games at girls, why don't you just make yourself the best version of yourself? Like, instead of you being a Peter Parker, an average guy, turn yourself into Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, and then once you become Spider-Man, you're just gonna be attracting all these girls. You're not chasing, you know.
Yeah, let them come to you.
Let them come to you. You know, you have
It'll
cool
come natural.
stories to tell. You can swing from buildings to buildings. You can save people. That's how cool you are. When you become the best version of you know, you turn into Spider-Man. You turn into a superhero version of you.
And also, one pointer. One of the best ways to get girls, this may sound stupid, but I'm gonna say it anyways, is to have that I don't care attitude.
Don't give a fuck attitude.
Yep. Don't give a fuck, and they'll come all right to you.
Right, but because
But don't really pay attention to them.
Yeah.
Because, like, you gotta focus on you. Because if you keep
you have to prioritize yourself, you know.
Yeah, if you keep focusing on women, you're just never gonna be happy.
Right, because you have to focus yourself. You know, you have to develop yourself first. You have to put yourself in a priority, you know, because you can't love people if you don't have enough love for yourself, you know.
Oh yeah, and also too, only go where the love is. If there's no love, then, don't go there.
Yeah.
Or else you're just gonna be miserable. Also too, stay away from negativity, because it'll eat you alive.
Yep. stay away from those people who have weak energy and bad energy, because energy is very sticky, you know. Who you hang around with, you become. So, you know, like they say, the feathers that flock together, what's the saying? Feathers that flock together, stay together, something like that.
Yeah.
But
Cowards run in packs.
Cowards run in packs. So yeah, man, it's good. Keep a positive energy and always stay true to yourself, you know?
Yeah, and also too, the environment has a lot to play with negative people and negative energy. So coming from where I come from
the hoods.
a little bit. The res
hoods,
hood,
yeah.
Just find an outlet, you know, and if it's hard for you to like avoid those negative people, just try to like walk away, or like avoid confrontation, avoid a fight. You know, if you have to defend yourself, then defend yourself. But basically, stay away from negativity, because it's just gonna drain you.
Right. And like I told you before, you know, make your own path. Like, you have to be the light. You know, when you are the light, even if you're living in the darkness, if you have a light, you're basically like the flashlight. You know, you're shedding light, so that way you have something to walk towards, and then the darkness just fades away, because you are the light. When you walk through darkness, and you are the light, the darkness fades.
Yep.
You know, so you have to be the light. You have to prioritize yourself. So yeah, man. I have this question in my mind, you know, because you're one of my black friends, and I always say the N-word, like the nigga. What's your take on that? You know, because
I may say something that might piss a lot of people off, and I'm not talking about like as far as like black people or like all of the races, but basically in my opinion, it depends on the person, you know. If they're cool with it. Like, I known you since high school and stuff, and then again too, it depends on how you say it. It depends. Me,
it really
honestly
depends.
Like, I wasn't raised with like black people. I was raised in a different environment.
Yeah.
So basically what I'm trying to say is like as far as like the Black Lives Matter movement, in my opinion, I'm gonna say this, apparently they don't, because they're always getting killed. But basically what I'm trying to say is like as far as everything going on like nowadays is with racism, I would say just try to have as much discipline as you can, because you don't want to like ruin your life over like some racist or some
some comment
or like some negativity. Because me, to be honest, like I had to deal with like a lot of racism growing up. I got into a lot of fights and over that, and it's not worth you going down the wrong path. You know, just try to stay strong, surround yourself with positive people that are doing positive things, like my boy Christian, because if you don't, it's just not gonna end well, either prison or dead. So basically, like, just because if someone calls you the N-word or like says like racial comments, like, to me, like, the N-word actually doesn't faze me, because there's other things that people can do or say that's just worse than calling you like the N-word. So basically, just avoid negative people, avoid like everything, just focus on you, focus on your goals. And if you don't have any goals or ambitions, or if there's not anything you want to do in life, try to find like an outlet, try to find something that you're interested in, and you should be good. And just avoid like negativity, or else it's just gonna bring you down. That's it. And it could, I'm not just speaking about like racism, it could be like anything in life,
any conflicts in life, man.
Anything.
And also like we talked about earlier, like girls, you know, like a lot of people, a lot of men go to jail because majority of it has to do with girls, you know. So stay away from girls and focus on yourself. You know, like,
in my opinion, as far as the females, when you're ready, in my case, like, not even just my case, anybody in general, get a girl or that, find a female that you have things in common, you know. And also too, like, before like marriage, or like if you plan to get married, I know in today's world is marriage doesn't really work out, or if you plan to have kids, before you get with a girl, make sure you are financially ready, because if not, you're just not going to be able to, like,
because as a man, it's your duty to provide and protect. You know, you want to make sure that you're stable, you want to make sure that all your that you can provide, you can put a roof over her head and everything is going to be okay. Once you start having family and kids, you want to make sure that you can provide for them, so that's the masculine duty.
Yeah, and also too, don't let a lot of these women, these hoes, manipulate you or try to get over on you.
Right.
Because a lot of them are very intellectual, like more than men. Like they know how to like get into your brains and like confuse you, what
Emotionally manipulate you.
Yeah, that's the perfect way, because I feel like us males physically we're stronger, but I feel like they're more stronger like mentally.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to watch out. Like they may be stronger mentally, but I'm just saying like don't let them get over on you. Don't let them like manipulate you, because if that happens, then it's just gonna be a disaster. And also too, like, so I wouldn't say you have to put them in your place, but just don't be like a pushover. Don't be Mr. Nice Guy.
Right.
And a lot of it has to do when it comes to them, like when it comes down to it, most of the time it has to do with the money. There's a lot of gold diggers out there you gotta watch out for. Then again too, there's some women that don't care about money, just care about you. When it comes down to it, it's basically up to them. Either they like you or they don't like you.
Right.
So
it's either they respect you or they don't respect you.
And it doesn't matter, like all girls have different types, you know what I mean? Some girls go after like materialistic things, some girls go after like a certain race.
You want to make sure that your girl loves you for who you are.
Yeah, that's it.
Find a girl that wants you for who you are and not because of what you have. Okay, like she might like you for your looks, but you want to make sure that she loves the qualities that you have, and you also like the qualities that she has.
Because even if you have the looks or like all the money, the power,
it's temporary.
Everything is temporary. But when it comes down to it, you gotta have the whole package. Like make sure you have like a good personality, like a good character, and that will take you far, like with the women.
Yep. Looks fade, man.
They'll fade. Eventually you'll get old, overweight, or not overweight, you'll just get old and nobody will want you anymore. But I'm gonna throw something stupid out there.
Before you throw it, keep in mind, it's milk and wine, okay? Girls are milk, we are wine. As they age, their looks fade, but as we age, we become wine, we become more, handsome, and we're just wine, But I'm not saying all girls are like milk, but their age, as they age, their beauty standard starts to become, it starts to diminish.
They have something called cougars. But yeah, as far as like when us males, when we get older,
we tend to be more experienced, wiser, and compensate for the things that we're lacking.
That too, but we get more valuable.
Yeah.
As far as women, when they age, everything goes down for them. You know,
because as we age, we experience new things. We get more experience. And that's what makes you a man, when you have a lot of experience. So that's why they don't want a boy, because a boy doesn't really have much experience. But when you're a man, you have a lot of experience.
Yep.
So what were you gonna throw again? Another topic?
I forgot the topic.
Oh
it was a good one too.
Remember it.
Something about women.
But yeah, man, stay off fights, like stay off conflicts. If you're gonna fight, at least join a fighting club, like boxing, martial arts. Go that path. Don't be fighting on the street, and find an outlet. Like you said, find an outlet. If you have anger issues, find a boxing gym and throw all your anger there, because that's the way to bring it all out, in a healthy way. So if you want to punch someone, go to the boxing gym.
And as far as like with MMA and boxing and any type of martial arts, you got to remember in your head that once you're registered, you can't get into any fights.
Right.
Or you'll go to prison.
It's going to keep you disciplined.
So it'll help you, keep you out of trouble, and it'll give you like a lot of discipline. And also too, as far as like fighting in the street, in my personal circumstances, like as far as life, like the stuff I've been through, I'm not saying it's okay, but as far as like when you're a minor, it's okay. But once you turn 18, once you becoming an adult, it gets even worse. So it's best all around the board to avoid conflict, avoid fights. If you have to defend yourself, but that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, man. And it's just like when you're fighting on the street, bro, like it's not really cool, you know, like street fights last like 14 seconds and you're not really badass for fighting for 14 seconds, you know. If you want to be badass, learn how to fight actual, you know, martial arts and learn boxing, you know. If you want to go against someone, go 6 rounds with them or 3 rounds actually, so that way you can prove to yourself that you can actually fight, you know, long term.
It's also dangerous to like street fight nowadays, because nowadays a lot of the youngsters,
they just pull out guns,
and they're afraid to take an ass whooping.
Right. It's not like back in the day.
It's best to like join a boxing gym or a gym. That's about it.
Yeah, man. It's like those people now, this generation, they don't know how to fight. Yeah. You know, that's why men are so weak nowadays, because a weak man cannot handle his emotion. Therefore, he's just gonna pull out a gun and shoot you.
Yeah,
you know,
unless they come from like a bad environment, like as far as the kids. But today's most of them, if not like 80% of them, like they don't have the guts. They
don't have the guts to fight, because fighting is hard. You know, fighting is hard. You have to be there and, you know, risk it for the biscuit. It's either you're gonna get knocked out or you knock the other guy out. But when you have an advantage, like pulling out a gun, it doesn't require any.
It doesn't solve anything.
Yeah, it doesn't require any skill.
And then you'll go to prison 25.
Exactly.
Life. It's not worth it.
The way to handle business as a man is face-to-face physical contact. You know.
Physical contact. If that doesn't work, just talk it out.
Talk it out.
But yeah, like I think the last resort to conflict is violence. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, if not all the time, violence is the answer.
Yeah, always, all the time, violence is the answer. You know, like there's a reason why we have cops nowadays. If you don't follow a law, you don't follow a rule, you keep breaking it, violence is the key. You know, you don't get out of your car, we need to break your fucking window. You know, It all comes down to violence.
And also too, that's another way to earn someone's respect, is by violence.
Right.
And also too, that helps prevent bullying. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
because when you're being bullied, you can't just let it happen to you. You have to defend yourself, and by defending yourself, it requires violence.
Yeah.
You know, but it has to be done in the right way.
Also too, that's another way to get girls, is by violence. That's just a stupid thing.
Wait, what?
No, really.
What?
There's actually some girls that are attracted to that because they want someone to protect them.
The street hoes. Okay, not like that.
Not all of them, but.
Okay, so I know what you mean.
Not necessarily the street hose. It could be. It all depends.
I don't think we should use the word violence that attracts them. It's the masculinity, like the badassness. You know, the guy that can, the alpha male, like the one that can protect them. It's not really like the violence. I can be violent so I can attract girls. You know, it's the masculinity.
Yeah, that's more
the badassery in you.
That's more the correct way to say it.
A violent to get girls. Damn. Fuck.
I mean, just make sure, like, if you do fight to get girls, make sure you're at least good at it. You know, make sure you're a little bit flashy. You know, that's it.
But yeah, man, don't. And if you're fighting over a girl, give it to him. You know, she's not worth it.
Yeah, I think that's probably the worst things to fight over as a woman.
Yeah,
I would just walk away.
But
if anything else, like, it could be anything else, fight. But as far as a woman, that'd probably be the least thing you want to fight over.
If you're trying to protect her because she's being harassed, then fight. You know.
Yeah, that's only if it's for a good reason, then do it. But if it's over, like, if she's just trying to be like a hoe, or if someone's trying to steal your girl and she's giving them attention, then
not worth
just
it.
Let them have her.
She belongs to the street. Just throw her to the streets, man.
Yeah, but if she's a good girl, and you know in your heart that you know she's there for you, and if someone's like messing with her, or like, if anything, then handle your business. But as far as like anything else, then don't do it.
And also, a good woman will always try to not put herself in a situation where she could be accessed, where she could be easily accessed by other men. You know, she will try to prevent that kind of situation. You know, she would be smart to, I don't want this guy to be talking to me, so I'm not gonna go this way. You know, that's the kind of woman you want. It's the one that actually stays from trouble and doesn't always wanting validation from other men. You know, always wanting their attention. You know, even though she's already with you, you want to make sure that she's not the type to always validate herself from other guys and people. You know.
Yep. Because when it comes down to it, opinions from other people it really doesn't matter. Who cares what anybody thinks? Just focus on you, and everything will fall into place. You'll be good. Because if you're seeking validation from other people, or trying to make yourself look good in front of women, or just to get women, it's not going to end well. And also too, girls and people can sense that. They can see that.
Yeah, like you're trying your best to get their validation, you know.
Yeah, and
like,
also too, like trying to put your friends or like other people down in front of girls. Like I know some people personally that do that. I don't do that.
that's fucked up, you know.
But and sometimes it does work. It's the harsh reality, but that's not the way to go about it, because like that's a shitty character.
Yeah.
So just be real. That's it.
Yeah, man, just be real. And, you know, always, when you're going to prove something, just prove it to God, prove it to yourself, prove it to your family, you know. There's really no point of proving things to others, because it can create conflicts. You know, I used to be that type of person, you know, I'm going to prove to you that I'm the best. I'm going to prove to you that I'm this and that. But it doesn't really resolve anything. It doesn't fix their hearts.
When it comes down to it, it really doesn't matter.
It's self-ego boosting.
And unless it's really necessary. And for an example, like me, like I really don't care about anything what anybody thinks. I don't really have anything to prove. But one thing I'm trying to work on is trying not to worry about things, you know, especially like negative things, or like negative people, or like negative thoughts, or like just because my situation is bad, I can't do this. So my advice to everybody, or to you, whoever is watching, is try to like occupy your mind with like hobbies, or like anything you like to do. And I'm not talking about women, because like a lot of people, a lot of men nowadays, it's all they care about, you know. They focus themselves too much on that. Try to like find hobbies, like it could be anything, like sports, or like
like as a man, you're gonna go through that phase of, you know, just chasing women, but you need to find an outlet. We're telling you right now.
Job, or like not even sports, or a job. What's like some hobbies that like people like to
anything that you like to do. Like if you like to swim, go find a swimming club or something. Just find an outlet. Keep your mind busy.
Skateboarding or anything.
Keep your mind busy.
Snowboarding.
You know, keep your mind busy and healthy. And find your purpose. That's the most important part in life. Once you found your purpose in life, you can't lose. You know, regardless
find your passion.
Regardless if you become successful or not in life, once you found your purpose, you won. You've won life. You know, just act upon those purpose. Act upon your purpose. Fulfill it. You know, wake up every day and follow your purpose, and you'll be happy, man. You know, you can't lose in life if you have purpose.
Yep.
So that's what your goal right now is, to go to college and, you know, talk to.
As far as with me right now, is I start college classes in August. So basically my goal is to become a cameraman. Once I get that degree, find an entry-level job, become a cameraman, maybe like record movies, or like rap music videos, or like anything. I plan to like, as far as like with me, my hobbies is boxing. I like to work out, so
we like to box.
Yeah, he likes to box too. We're both boxers, so basically is to become a pro boxer. So get a bunch of amateur fights in, then once I get that degree, move somewhere else, save up a bunch of money, and then either plan B is to become a cameraman, make a lot of money.
It aligns together too.
Plan A
it aligns
is to become a pro boxer, you know.
You know, and like anything, you know, we could start like a boxing podcast, you know, like you mentioned, you're majoring in
pretty much television and production,
TV production. So it aligns with your goals of becoming a boxer, and, you know, have like a field of TV broadcasting, sports analyst, something like that along the way. You know, so it's all about setting up goals. You know, you have to set up goals. You gotta have goals, so that way you cannot be wandering around Earth with nothing. You know, you gotta set goals, so that way you have a direction in life. And that's what girls like too. If you have direction in life, you know, they're attracted to a man that has purpose. And
don't wait until it's too late. I mean, it's never too late, but I'm just saying,
never too late. As long as you're breathing, go for it.
Yep.
As long as you're breathing, man. When you're breathing, there's still action to be done. So go for it. Right?
Yep.
Because once you stop breathing, you're dead.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So yeah, man. That was a pretty good talk today, huh?
Heck yeah.
We gotta go home now. So yeah, one love, peace.
Peace.